welcome to FNM TV. This week, the week of the 17th, we have round 1, game 1. We have Adam Barker playing against myself. Solo casting this one. JT will not be able to join me this week for the recording session, so you guys are stuck with just me. Sorry. Adam will be piloting White Weenie, and this week I'll be trying out Black-Blue Control. I ended up seeing a list put out by Reed Duke, I believe is his name. So I made some modifications to that deck list and decided to try this one out to see how that would fare. So this is pretty much my test session involving the entire thing. If you don't know the deck list, it's definitely out there. I believe it's on Star City. Very solid. Revolves more around planeswalkers and your opponents being able to do things and you taking that away from them. But we'll see how it goes. Right now he's starting off with that turn 1 Stoneforge. I didn't have any discard or black mana to discard off the turn in my hand, so staring down that Stoneforge isn't exactly what I want to be doing in this first game. But I'm confident the deck will be able to take a couple wallops from a Stoneforge and a Batterskull and get there. Considering most of the cards that actually do stuff in this deck are going to be Jace and Karn. Jace can bounce that token and Karn can just outright remove it completely. Take a hit from a Stoneforge and a Inkmoth and still be alive to exile stuff next turn from his hand. So he's going to pass it over. I'm going to end up drawing. And there's black mana to go along with my planes there. I mean, island. Preordain. I'm going to be looking for removal. Keep that off the board, but it doesn't really do anything right now. I need an additional mana not being on the play. Losing that dice roll hurt a lot, as it will any time that you end up going up against a Cobblade match with a black in your deck, because mostly that discard is what's really going to help you out. So I'm going to Inquisition of Kozilek. I believe looking at this, the key is going to be that sword, so that way I can at least block and take care of things. He has a Journey in hand and I believe a Pure Steel. Not a Pure Steel, a Porcelain Legionnaire. That's what I was, I believe. I'm actually getting a text message from my friend talking about how 3D glasses are weird. Sorry, I'm distracted. So, he now has the mana open for Stoneforge to be able to cheat in that Batterskull. I'm going to tap 1. I'm going to Despise. He has an Elspeth in hand. I'm probably just going to end up ripping that out of his hand, because at this point a Porcelain Legionnaire is just icing on the cake, where I can really take care of everything else. Oh, it's a Leonin Relic Warder, that's what it was. And a Pure Steel and an Elspeth. Him sitting at 3 mana, I really don't want him to bring out that Pure Steel, but I think honestly I'm going to go with the Elspeth, because it can get annoying if left unchecked. And the ultimate is just disgusting. That, and I believe I'm still sitting on a Doomblade in hand. I'm going to take that Elspeth out, so I can deal with the Pure Steel if he brings it out. I can deal with Stoneforge, and there comes out the Batterskull. This is not going the way I wanted to, but I can still handle it if I top deck a Jace at some point. The next 2 draws. Look at the field. Adam has 2 planes and an Inkmoth. I have 2 Drowned Catacomb and a island. Draws up for his turn. I believe he's going to be sending into attack with both of those. I believe I'm going to tell him here to untap the Batterskull because it has Vigilance. And he's going to tap 2 mana to bring out Squadron Hawk, and it keeps getting worse. I need more than a Jace at this point. I do run 1 Life's Finale, but hitting 6 mana currently and living to that point isn't plausible. In a recent actual deck update for my black-blue control post-ban, I'm going to go with Black Sun Zenith in the main board. It's a little bit quicker, especially with how aggro is going to be around a lot more than previously, because Batterskull pretty much just took out any aggro that was in the format. 1 card can completely shift the entire meta. Is kinda insane. I mean, just bring down Batterskull turn 3, lifelink vigilance 4/4. Hope you have Crush or Shatter. Nobody decided to mainboard those. Manic Vandal was also a big key card, but I don't know, apparently it would just get countered or something. I don't know. I'd see running them main board. There's really no reason not to. You're like we're 3 sets deep in an artifact block, plus some decent artifacts from previous block, and Zendikar, Basilisk Collar. I don't know. If I was a red player, I would definitely have been maining Manic Vandal or Crush at some point because of how much of the meta you actually see Cobblade. To be fair, though, also at our FNM we didn't have a lot of Cobblade players. It was typically Ian Shaw, and that was really it. And then closer towards the end, towards that ban, it was just more and more showed up. I ended up piloting it because no matter what other deck I ran, when you really ran up against Cobblade, you really need to have that turn 1 discard with black. Without that, you're really just sitting back the entire time and taking beats to the face. Letting them do any deck thinning is not what you want to do in a deck that runs that efficiently. Yeah, I'm just going to scoop it up. There's nothing I can do over here. Staring down too much damage. He's gaining too much life. Life doesn't exactly matter when I have Jace as a win condition, but overall, it was hopeless. So, I'm going to go into game 2. Adam taking that game extremely handily, and just me just handing it over to him, pretty much. Like, there's just nothing that I drew into that would help me out there. So Stoneforge showing its power, and another reason why it's banned. But, we will go on to game 2. Please follow along and subscribe to this station if you already haven't. We enjoy bringing you these videos. Give us some feedback and some comments. And if you're in the area, come visit Harrison's. Information's all up on the screen. Later.